Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video you are in for a wild ride, maybe the wildest ride in the wilderness, as today I'm gonna become, or try to become, a championship rider in Sims 4 Horse Ranch expansion. I can safely say I may know more horse puns than what I actually know about horses and ranching, so this may be interesting. This video was kindly sponsored by EA, so massive thank you to them for sponsoring the video. But without further ado, let's get this started. Yeehaw! So first things first, one of my favourite things to do whenever I get a new pack is obviously explore Create a Sim. And I'm going to create our sim. She is going to be called Renee. Hey. Yes, I took inspiration from Animal Crossing for this name, but it is very horsey and I thought it was fitting. There is 2 new aspirations with this pack, the Expert Nectar Maker and the Champion Rider. My goal here is to speed run the Champion Rider aspiration. So I'm going to obviously pick that, and I'm also going to pick some traits which are very fitting to that kind of goal, including the Rancher one. Hats off to you. So it probably took me about an hour to make Renee because there was so many good options here. The hairs were so good. I loved all of the shirts. Honestly, all the different kind of combinations and colors were so good. Even the hats. I loved the hats. And it got me thinking, do I need to buy myself a cowboy hat? I'm not sure I'd ever wear it, but I feel like just tipping it off would look super cool. Anyway, also the trouser options were so good. There was just so many good things about the Create a Sim and all of the kind of different styles. They're all very ranchy though, so I don't know how much I would use them outside of the ranch gameplay, but I really do like them. So here is what Renee finally looked like in the end. I think she looks really cute. I've used so many cowboy boots, so many of the new ranch items, and I love them all. Oops, that is her underwear. This dress was cute for a little party. Even the swimwear, I know this one isn't kind of with the pack, but it's brown, it fits. And then her hot and cold weather are my favorites. I added a little scarf so she can protect herself from the sand. And this jacket is, oh my gosh, I love it. So now it's time to create our horse, because what ranch would be complete without one? And it's very kind of Sims to include what I look like after a hard day at work. So I had such a hard time picking my breed and the colors. If you want to, you can really go to town. Like there's bright colors, there's sparkle, and just so many good natural options and so many good more flamboyant options, so we call them. So you can go to town. I know you can make unicorns as well, which is a super cool feature. If you want to, you can fully customize them. This editor thing scared me a little bit, so I just added some cute little flowers. But honestly, you could make super themed horses if you wanted to. Yeah, I think this is a great tool for horse creation. I love it. And the options with the hairs are nice, the legs, the saddles, really cute. In the end, this is the horse that I created. There was something about the grey horse that kind of spoke to me, and I kind of tried to tie it in the colours which Renee was wearing with the horse. Obviously, I had to have a flower crown because, you know, flowers, obsessed. But I really love the way that it came out, and I want to make more horses. They're very addictive. Okay, so it's time to move our Hey family in. Of course, I'm going to go for Chestnut Ridge, which is the new world for this expansion pack. I love this map. I think it's so pretty, and it gets even better when you're actually in it. But New Appaloosa, which is really nice, is a nod to Sims 3, so I love that lore behind it. I'm going to move myself up onto the rock area where there is one that I can purchase. I'm not going to use any cheats, and I kind of want something pre-made so I can give my own twist on the interior, but we'll keep the exterior how it's supposed to be, and then we'll see what happens. So here we go, let's move in. Oh my gosh, this is the first time I've seen them in the actual world, and that horse just looks so majestic. How beautiful do these creatures look in the game? They're gonna make a perfect duo, hopefully, fingers crossed. So here is our humble little ranch. It's got everything we're gonna need, or it will have in a moment. We've got a little bathroom, bedroom, and a little living area. We can make something with this. And then over there we do also have like the little horse stable as well, which we may have to find a bed for. Otherwise, he's gonna be sleeping on the grass, which I don't think he will appreciate. And there we have it. As if by magic, the little cozy ranch for Renee is complete. Honestly, the furniture items in this pack are so nice. I've tried to use all of the furniture items that I can, and some of these are just gorgeous. Obviously, you know I'm a barrel fan. Barrel core will forever be in my heart. But one of my favorite items is definitely the milk churn with the dried flowers in. This is a pretty basic setup, but I had to do it on a budget, so this is what we've come up with for the starter home. Okay, this is where the real fun begins. We have our house, check. We have our barrels, check. We have our flowery arch, check. And we have our stable and horsey stuff, check. Let's try and increase those skill levels and hopefully make some moolah. My bonding session with Daisy was rudely interrupted by some new neighbors, so I thought I'd better do the good deed and greet them while she enjoyed playing with her ball. Things soon got a bit weird with the new neighbors. Not sure I'll be inviting these ones back. Renee decided to celebrate her first day on the ranch by doing a little bit of a co-poke dance. Whilst out exploring with Daisy, I found my first poop, but instead of picking it up and putting it in the inventory like a normal person would, she decided to do push-ups next to it. Thanks. After about 50 push-ups, she finally decided to pick it up, and I learned about horse manure. Don't think this is going to be quite the money maker that I need it to be, but hopefully it will help us out. And just like that, the first day on the ranch was over. Renee awoke the next morning feeling pretty uncomfortable. I think she might have missed the memo about the fact that we're on a budget. I thought cooking a nice breakfast for Renee would improve her mood, but instead that went drastically wrong when she set fire to the kitchen. Thankfully, everyone was unscathed due to the firefighters arriving pretty quickly. However, Renee is definitely not getting a new bed now. She can be uncomfortable for a while. So because the house wasn't looking too good after the fire incident, I decided it was time to take Renee and Daisy out. So we headed to Duke's Hall, which conveniently is right next to the Equestrian Center, which is such a beautiful building. You can't go inside, but there are so many different things you can do here, like selling the horse training, if you don't want to level them up yourself. It does cost money though, and you can also enter competitions here, which is where most of the aspiration requirements come from. So we're gonna have to really kind of grind through all of the different competitions and hopefully make some money in the meantime. Fingers crossed. I didn't think we were quite ready for a competition just yet, so I decided to do some practicing with the barrels. Obviously, this is my favorite activity. It was finally time. I decided to take a little bit of a gamble. I knew I didn't meet the entry requirements, but I decided to gamble the 100 simoleons and go for it. That did not pay off. We did not place, and I've lost 100 simoleons. Don't do that. Don't risk it. Renee seemed to take yesterday's loss pretty well, so I decided to try and dampen her mood by making her clean Daisy's bed in her underwear. It didn't work though. However, when her and Daisy went on their morning ride, she definitely looked uncomfortable. One word, chafing. Don't go riding in your underwear. Lesson learned. Whilst out looking for frogs and obviously some way to make some extra money, I came across the most beautiful spot. This is a swimming spot and it has a rainbow in it. Oh my gosh, it's like hot springs. So gorgeous. I obviously had to take a dip. This got me thinking, what other spots have I not seen yet? And I had a little bit of a look around the local area, and these spots are all beautiful. The river, the campgrounds. There's even this amazing little natural caring bridge which goes across to a plot, which I love. Such a good spot. I definitely would love to live there and overlook the water. It would be amazing. After our long trip out, I thought it was time to get back to training Daisy. However, she was looking a little bit smelly and also a little bit sad, so it was time to give her a little bit of attention and maybe a bar. Daisy's stats seem to be coming along pretty well, but we definitely need to be working on that show jumping. It was around this point where things took a turn for the worse. Renee was sad, the house was a mess, we couldn't afford a new oven, things were not looking good. It was time to go back to the competitions to try and earn some money. So now I actually meet the requirements for quite a few of the different competitions, but I think we'll go with the show jumping. I have good vibes about this one. My feeling was right. We got our first gold medal. What an achievement. The only way to celebrate is by heading to the bar. And this bar is one of my favorite ever bars because it's full of barrels. It's literally called the Old Barrel. How can you deny this? It also has cocktails, which I may be partial to. So we enjoyed a drink, we spoke to the bartender, and had a good night. With all this money burning a hole in my pocket, I decided to ignore the fact that I needed a new oven and go shopping at the local store. It was here that I bought some grapes because I thought, why not try my hand at nectar making? And I also bought a gardening book so I can up my skill a little bit. As soon as I got home, I decided to read my book while Daisy worked hard doing her jumps. We're back on the road again. But this time we got to level 4 and also Daisy leveled up to level 4 endurance. So these morning strolls are paying off. After yesterday's shopping spree, money was looking pretty tight yet again. So it was time to go fishing at this beautiful spot that I found, another really nice spot. Whilst Renee enjoyed her 5 millionth salad because she can't afford a new oven, I decided to sell the fish and we made about 200 simoleons, not too shabby. We're back at the Equestrian Centre and this time we're going to try the Western Pleasure competition. Victory! We hit gold, another 300 simoleons. Keep that money coming. My bills finally came in the next day, so we were back at the Equestrian Centre trying to earn some money to pay them. This time though, it didn't go so well and we only hit silver, but still it gave us enough to pay off those pesky bills. The lights stay on for another day. Barrel racing is the only beginner competition left, so I'm just practicing a little bit to try and get Daisy May's level up so that we can hit the requirements. Instead of going for the barrel racing, I decided to go for an intermediate and see how we did. And I actually got a gold medal, so the prize money is really starting to bump up now. After the competition, I got a mysterious phone call from Blossom Greenberg, who I've never spoken to before. Turns out, I may be in line for an inheritance. However, there is one stipulation. I must get married in 7 days. And because I'm tired of being poor, I decided to accept the challenge. As soon as I got home, I decided to figure out who I was going to set out marrying. I didn't have many relationships with other Sims, mainly because I've been focusing on Daisy, but the bartender from the Barrel Bar may be the one. Quail Walker, you're going to be my new husband. Just you wait. Things with Quail got off to a bit of a rocky start. I won't lie, but I invited him back the next morning, so it can't have been that bad. I took a break from romancing and back to the competitions. Finally, we had done the last beginner one, the barrel racing. We came second, which isn't to be moaned at. Back at the ranch, and I decided to invite Quail to stay the night. Things are heating up. He loved the rose and we shared our first kiss. Ooh la la. The next day, we hit gold in the show jumping intermediate and we've entered 8 competitions out of the required 15 for the aspiration, so that's coming along nicely. Quail also became my boyfriend, and our first woohoo experience happened. Following the woohoo experience, I thought that was surely enough, so I proposed and he accepted. Not one to throw a big party, we decided to elope and have our marriage right then and there. And then I hit it. I got the jackpot. Not only did we get the 20,000 simoleons from him moving in, but we also got the inheritance of nearly 25,000, which is pretty damn good. So now, money worries will be a thing of the past. Now we are blissfully married and money worries are a thing of the past, it's time to focus back on Daisy and becoming a championship rider. I managed to get my second gold medal in an intermediate competition, which I'm pretty happy about. Now money is not so much of a problem. I decided it was time to expand my ranch. So I purchased 2 mini goats and 2 mini sheep. I probably should have started off with just one of each, but we like chaos and they are so adorable. Who can deny that? I also purchased some grapes so that I can start my nectar business. Also, just a brief interlude to talk about how pretty New Appaloosa is. Look at this central walkway with all of the fairy lights. It's adorable. I want to visit. When I got back, I planted my grapes. I cannot wait to stomp on these. It's gonna be gross. I also renamed all of my little sleeping animals. Obviously, I stuck with the flower theme. I decided to promote Quail from husband to lead looker-after of sheep and goats. This allowed me to focus on competitions and we got a silver in the barrel racing intermediate. The following day, we also won our first master race. This is the endurance racing and the prize, 3,000 simoleons. Wow. The grapes were finally ready to harvest, so it was time for Renee to craft her first nectar. What better way to do it than in the rain? I mean, a bit of added water never hurt anyone. I started to really struggle increasing Daisy's temperament level, so I decided to send it off for some training at the equestrian center. The training was pretty grueling because we only managed to get a silver medal in the expert, but still, I think that's our first expert competition complete. Whilst out on a very wet evening walk, I finally maxed the horse riding skill. Whoop, that's one of the first things for the aspiration requirement done. I worked super hard to get the next few levels ready for the future competitions. These were definitely upping the intensity. Daisy's skills are looking pretty good at the moment. I could even sell him for 15,000 if I wanted to, but I'm not going to do that. I can't sell Daisy. They are my forever horse. Expert competitions came in. 1, 2, we hit gold, which I was so happy about, and we also hit another requirement for the aspiration where we competed in 15 horse competitions. That's pretty damn good, but our good luck didn't last forever as we finally hit a silver medal. How disappointing. It dawned on me just how long Renee's leg and arm hair was getting, so I decided it was time to try and take care of this. But no matter what I did, it wouldn't go away. So I don't know the answer to this, but if you know, please tell me. Winter soon came in Chestnut Ridge, and honestly, I loved having the snow around. It really dawned on me, maybe I can get this aspiration done within the first year. Oh dear. Quail has been neglecting his ranch hand duties. It's time to hire a ranch hand, I think. Foxglove, you're not leaving us. The ranch hand turned up on time and started work straight away. I'm pretty impressed. Because no matter what I did, the temperament level was still not going up, so it was time to embark some intense training for Daisy at the equestrian center. We also managed to secure a gold medal in the barrel racing master level, which is pretty good. Quick check on Daisy's stats. The worth of this horse has definitely gone up quite a lot. The temperament is still stuck at level 7 and the jumping we need to work on, but the other two, agility and endurance, are level 10, so we'd have to worry about them now. Whoop. Unfortunately, her stats weren't good enough for us to get gold in the Western Pleasure Master, as we only got bronze. We spent a few long, hard nights show jumping out in the cold, but we finally did it. We got to level 10 for the show jumping. Daisy's temperament is now at level 9 as well. We are so close to being able to do the ultimate championship. But what I'm worried about is that this is going to take forever, so I'm definitely going to utilize the horse training. Honestly, Quail is doing a terrible job. My babies are getting neglected yet again. Maybe it's time for divorce and I'll run off with the ranch hand. The drama. But before we do that, I'm going to become a championship rider. And one way to do that was to get gold in the master show jumping. Woo! So I was going to try and reconcile with Quail, but then we were rudely interrupted by Daisy, and I decided I prefer Daisy anyway. Daisy and I were enjoying the snow one morning when she finally hit temperament level 10. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. That means that we can take part in the ultimate championship competition. The next day was New Year's Eve, which thankfully was a Saturday, which meant that we could compete in this competition. And I was very, very nervous about this. The entrance fee is very high. It's 2,000 simoleons, which is a lot. But did I have anything to worry about? Of course I didn't. We came out on top. We won 6,000 simoleons, which is pretty damn good. And if you did this every week, then that would be a good steady income. So currently, Renee is at 3 out of 4 of the requirements for the Championship Rider aspiration. We just need to get 2 more wins in gold in the Master Horse competitions, which I think we should be able to do. Number 4 was pretty easy to come by. Number 5, however, was a lot harder. I mean, come on, no medal? What is going on here? So the next morning, I decided confidence was key. So I consumed a confidence potion and also gave a little bit of a pep talk to Daisy. Obviously, the compliments do help boost that confidence. And we did it. We got the gold medal, the final one that we were required for completing this aspiration. And I'm so happy we did it. I had so much fun doing this and playing this pack. Dare I say it? I actually prefer it to cottage living. I know there's been a lot of talk about, oh, it should have been a game pack, not an expansion pack, but honestly, there is so much to this. I didn't even really touch on the nectar or the little baby sheep and the baby goats. I really could have done so much more with this. So if this video has got you in the mood to jump on a saddle and go for a ride yourself, don't forget to check out my link in the description below for more information on the Horse Ranch pack. If you buy the pack before August 31st, there is also some bonus furniture items exclusively available to you, which are really cute. And again, a huge thank you to EA for sponsoring this video, and I really hope you all enjoyed it, and I shall see you again soon. All that's left to say is yeehaw!